Going to demonstrate Mayurasana, which is peacock pose. Peacocks are known for being able to eat anything, kind of like goats. They can digest anything because of their enormous capacity to digest everything from poison to very rough substances that are ground apart in their gizzard. To set up for the pose, if you don't have very flexible wrists, in general, you'll set up with your wrists like this, hands out to the sides. If your wrists are more flexible, you would set up this way. This is an advanced pose. Don't feel bad if you can't manage it. You can do just the first step if the pose is difficult for you. This pose consists of placing the elbows into the solar plexus. So you're applying direct pressure, exactly as you did when you were doing your solar plexus massage this way. So you're actually stimulating the marma points there and increasing heat radically right there in the body. It's not recommended, but I will tell you that I have eaten enormous meals and done this pose right afterwards, and you can actually speed the digestion so that even if your belly is sticking out like this, it's flat again within about 10 to 15 minutes after doing this pose and holding it for several long breaths. Do not do this yourselves until you're very confident in your yogic abilities, and certainly talk to a doctor. Don't do this at all if you have digestive problems. I'll show you the pose now. Basically, hands are placed on the ground. I'm lining my hands up this way. Again, if your wrists aren't flexible enough, you can open the hands out a little bit. The hands do need to touch. You're trying to keep the elbows touching like this, and the elbows are being inserted into the solar plexus. I set up this way. Establish my balance front to back by leaning the forearms forward or backwards. Spread out the legs, lean forward a little, and lift. I breathe from here and look forward, fixing my eyes on a point. The solar plexus gets very hot. I breathe deeply. And I come down when I need to. Bring the feet down, then the knees, and then come back. Now, it should be noted that this pose with the legs lengthened like that is more difficult for women because their center of gravity is about 3 inches lower than it is for men because of their wider hip stance and the greater amount of weight in their lower body. In order for a woman to do this pose properly, she's going to want to bend her knees and lift the feet up. So for them, the legs are bent like this, or if you're flexible and can do lotus pose, you would actually set up in lotus. I'll demonstrate that briefly. So you go into lotus, set up. Again, get your balance, lift. You can set up on the chin and stretch out. Come back down.